Elections. We all love heroes who do the right things on the screen, don't we? Now we have an opportunity to be one ourselves by doing the one most singularly important thing, which is voting. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear elections? It's all politics, corruption, money, campaigns, asking for votes, right? If you're still thinking, why should I vote? My one vote doesn't make any difference. Think again. Your single vote can decide the fate of this state and the country. The difference of even one vote can be the difference between a good government and a bad one, a strong leader and a weak leader, a powerful leader who can lead the state, or the one who can make wrong decisions. That's why there is so much stress on every single vote. Let's look at some case studies. In 2004 Karnataka Assembly elections, Congress leader Dhruva Narayana won the election by just one vote. The opposition party who lost by a single vote was Krishnamurthy of JDS. The election took place in Sante Maranahalli, where the winner got 40,752 votes and the second highest was 40,751. Just one vote difference. The second example is about Rajasthan. In 2008 assembly elections happened in Nathdwara constituency. Congress leader C.P. Joshi and BJP leader Kalyan Singh Chauhan were contesting against each other. When the results were declared, Kalyan Singh won the election by just one vote. He got 62,216 votes and C.P. Joshi got 62,215. But the shocking news about this whole election is that C.P. Joshi was a chief minister contender. He led the Congress party to victory, but he lost his own seat by a single vote. They didn't stop there. This case went to the court. C.P. Joshi alleged that Chauhan's wife had voted in 2 polling booths. The state high court was in favor of Joshi, but he lost his case in the Supreme Court. The sad part of this story is that C.P. Joshi's mother, sister and driver could not turn up to vote for him on the voting day. Same story in Karnataka. Krishnamurthy did not give his driver a break during elections, so he did not get a chance to vote. The fate of this is losing the election by one vote. The question is, why should students participate in this election? Nelson Mandela said, "The youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow." Youths occupy a major portion of the population in India. Out of 1.4 billion people, the age group of 15 and 64 years occupy nearly 70%. Students eligible for voting age group are averaging between 18 and 25 years. If you belong to this age group, you will be thinking how to participate in these elections. All individuals who are 18 years of age or older are eligible to vote. Your name should be in the voters list in order to cast your vote, and you must carry your voter's ID to polling place. How do you know if your name is on the list? You can verify this online by visiting the site electoralsearch.in. If you are voting for the first time and do not have a voter's ID, you can register online or you can visit the nearest polling booth level officer to apply. Now that elections are coming closer, political party workers of the constituency will help you to get the full process done in faster time. If you want to apply online, first you need to register on the National Voter Service Portal, which is nvsp.in, to get started. What are the documents needed? Your photograph, address proof, identity proof, and details of your family members who already have voters ID. If you're not aware of which constituency your area belongs to, you can cross-check online.
Do you think by voting we can change the future of the country?
I think it does make a difference. Usually I believe voting works in a way that when people are collectively thinking in a right direction, we can bring changes.
India is a young nation with its vast population being under the age of 40. So this demographic dynamic makes it very essential for the youth to take active participation in its politics and the working of the governments, instead of just being a passive recipient. We have the privilege and we have the means through which we can express ourselves, and we should utilize these. Election being one of the most important and biggest tool available to us, we can use this to our advantage to have better governance.
To record your votes, EVM or electronic voting machines are used, and your index finger will be marked with non-erasable ink. This is the proof that you have voted and also to avoid repetition in the votes. EVMs will have the details like candidate name and the symbol of the political party. If you have a language problem, it is very important to know which symbol belongs to which party and the leader. Hand for Congress with Indian flag colors. Orange lotus is for BJP, etc. On the right hand side is a blue button which you need to simply press. As soon as you press the blue button, the lamp glows red and a long beep sound is heard. It is both visual and audio confirmation of your vote being recorded correctly. This will record once and after that it gets locked. You cannot vote again and again. What if you do not like any of the leaders contested? That's where you have another option called Nota. Nota means none of the above, which is usually at the bottom of the list. You have the right to select Nota. This shows if citizens are happy with the leaders contested or not. If Nota wins the majority, that means citizens have not agreed to any of the candidates to lead your constituency. In reality, Nota doesn't make any difference even if it gets a majority, because if the majority of the people vote for Nota in a constituency, the second highest majority will win the election and lead the constituency. And that is why you should not opt for Nota. How to choose the right candidate and what to look for while choosing a candidate. It is a no-brainer actually. Vote for any candidate who proposes to uphold the idea of India as inscribed in the sacred constitution of our country.
I believe that we should not look at political parties. So if we are looking at BJP for that matter, we should not look at the face of the Prime Minister as such. We should look at our constituency and we should look at who is the right person who can do the work for us. So rather than just going after a face.
It doesn't depend on what party it is. It's basically who's doing the work for you. That's all.
I think that there should be more welfare schemes that has to be brought up and the change, obviously.
How important a person's religion before voting?
It's not.
In India, sadly, I feel that it is a lot important.
Religion is a very big deal and it can persuade people to vote.
If you look at it from a rational angle, I feel that it should not be important. What matters should be the work that we do.
Because considering it's a diverse country, I think every religion matters and it's not about which religion and what religion it is. It is one of those facets of society that make you feel safe in your living environment, which is why a lot of people consider that while voting. And as much as religion shouldn't influence a democracy, it does, at least in our country it does, which is why I do think that it's relevant to consider those factors while voting.
3 centuries apart and we are still talking about religion as an important component in choosing the candidate. How much loss should we bear and how much suffering should be inflicted on us before we learn a lesson of not mixing religion with politics?
What is your message for the youngsters who are voting for the first time?
Be aware of what is going on, read the news, get the knowledge of each party, the cons and pros of each and every party who is participating in the elections, and then only vote.
We have complained enough. It's time to take action. So let us vote.
I'm very excited to cast my first vote and play my role in nation building.
We the youth are no longer the future. We are the present. We can no longer hide behind the older generation to make our decisions. We have to choose our own future. We can do this by electing our face and our representative.
It's not just our right to ask questions, but it's our right to demand for better governance. And through policy making, we can exhibit this, and people's participation in policy making and implementation is very important.
India needs us to act. Now, let's vote.
Let not religion, caste and gender take precedence over secular and inclusive idea of India. Let us vote for progress and let us be progressive in our thoughts and ideas. Let us vote.